Alright, so I decided to take you along with me on a day at work, which I'm still doing from bed. Basically, when you're a writer, you have two choices. You can do something else that is in no way related to your writing, like while you write and work on your own stuff, because it doesn't pay till it's finished. It takes a lot to finish anything, and for a lot of people it's teaching. For some people it's, bartending, or I don't know, being like a postal worker if you're Bukowski. It's just most writers don't just write. I was very determined when I finished school that I would get a job in my field, writing and making money off of my writing. Like, nobody could tell me otherwise. And throughout school, if you go to school for writing, a lot of people will tell you that you can't make money off of it, which, like, then what am I doing here? And I refused to hear that. I was like, I am going to make money off of my work, and nothing you say is going to stop me. So the very first job that I took, like right out of grad school, was ghostwriting. And there's a lot of money in ghostwriting. Like, I don't care what anybody says about it. And then you can just like work on your literary fiction that makes no money to your heart's content, which is basically what I do. So I'm gonna be doing a bit of ghostwriting this morning. And since I have been struggling to write because of the fatigue, it's like really frustrating for me because I could knock out like 10 pages in a day, like I started writing when I was in second grade. I was 6 years old. My very first book was called it was like a piece of construction paper folded in half with like a cover that I illustrated and like 2 sentences inside. My second grade teacher, Mrs. Cooper, like had us all write books, and mine was called The Time Bumper Dropped My Sister's Hamster Behind the Bed. Pretty self-explanatory. I think I still have it somewhere. If I can find it, I'll like read it to you guys. But this particular book that I'm working on, also book in quotes, no, people actually like really love this series. Like, they love it. Like, they're still asking my boss like when the next one is coming out. It was supposed to come out like 6 months ago, but then I basically dropped dead and found out I had cancer. I like went to the hospital because one of my ovarian cysts ruptured, the larger one, and then obviously I ended up like having cancer, so it's been delayed considerably. But I've only been able to write like a page and then I get tired. But then recently I discovered talk to type, which I've never used because I'm not blind. So I was like, I realized yesterday I was like so fatigued, like I couldn't even move. I think because like the only thing that's been different this round, from the last round has been my anxiety medicine, and also like it's a second round, so I'm anemic. And I also got like really sick the other night because I was just greedy. Like, first I gorged myself at that birthday dinner, and then I like kept eating afterwards. Like, I was like a frat boy, like a garbage disposal. Like, it was inevitable. Even if I hadn't gotten chemo, I probably still would have ended up throwing up, and it was awful. And I missed like my nausea medicine dose because like last time I was fine by Thursday, so I didn't need it anymore, and I thought it was the same this time because they told me it'd be the same every time basically. And I was actually doing better by like Tuesday, so it's like, it's probably fine. It wasn't. I was wrong. I was super sick, so that fucked me up for a couple of days. I was so frustrated because I have all these projects I want to do, and I like couldn't move, but I could still vlog. And so I realized if I can still talk, like, there's a way I can still write, right? At first I was gonna have one of my coworkers, like I was gonna like call him up and like dictate it and see if he could like type it for me. And I was like, he's a good Christian, he'll help me out. And then I was like, well, no, wait, there's a feature for that. You can like just do that. You could talk and then your computer will type for you. I know it definitely does it on your phone. So, and I remember seeing something about that on my MacBook. So I was like, let me figure out how to use this. And it's like the easiest thing in the world. So I'm gonna be using the talk to type feature. I actually already started it and it was pretty hilarious. So I'll reenact like my talking to typing of like the first few lines I just started writing, and I'll like actually like start doing it, and you guys can follow along with me on that for a minute or two until I get bored of it, because it's like kind of embarrassing, frankly. It's like pretty funny, but I don't know how long I can record myself doing this and also do it at the same time, but I figure it's worth doing. I started doing it, I was like, oh, this has to be recorded for posterity. So we'll do the first couple of lines just to catch you up, and then we'll start talking to typing. This is also useful, I think, if you have some great project that, like, I keep seeing my neck and I'm like, no, straighten it so it's not so ugly. Get rid of those lines, get Botox in your neck. No, don't do that, but maybe do that. Anyway, so if you have this big idea that you're like struggling to put into print, you feel like you can't get it out, you sit down on the blank screen and you're just like not typing, try talking to texting. You know, you never know, might get you around that writer's block. I don't have writer's block, I have cancer, but same difference. All right, here we go. I'm turning this. You'll just hear my beautiful voice speaking, and you can kind of like look at the words appearing on the screen. So let's catch you up. Chapter 23. Oh, right, this book is about a psychic detective. That's really all you need to know. Like, it's, whatever. Okay, chapter 23. A towering gray plume of smoke furled above the old stone church. Jake's heart leapt into his throat. Savannah. Jake charged through the woods. Oh, that needs a comma. Racing towards his love, comma. Desperate to save her before it was too late. Would he make it in time? Question mark. Or would he lose the person who mattered most to him? Jake was nearly to the church when it happened. The figure of a man stepped out from behind a tree. All right, let's go talk to text. It was Peter Valentine, period. No, Valentine, not Valentine, damn it. Okay. Oh yeah, and it'll type like anything that you say, so, you know, if it fucks up, try not to comment on it in between, or you'll have to delete that too. The look on his face could only be described as utter madness, period. Jake had seen insanity before in the faces of many he had been forced to arrest, folks on meth binges, or the time Johnny Lee, hey, where'd my talk to text go? Come back here. Or the time Johnny Lee had done too many whippets and tried to rob the 7-Eleven naked because he needed more whipped cream cans. Period. But this was a whole new level of insanity. Period. Peter Valentine had gone berserk. And it was plain that it was his intention to kill, comma, to destroy everything in his path, period. Well, okay, you spelled plain wrong. That's not the plain I wanted, but other than that, that was pretty effective. Enter new paragraph. I gotta pause this recording for a second. This is too much. So, in conclusion, was talk to text an efficient means of writing on the fly without physically exerting yourself? In conclusion, no, not really. That was like the first and last time I did it. Honestly, it was just as tiring as just writing it. So, yeah, if you're a huge fan of dictation, it might really work for you. If you're not, maybe not so much. And apparently, I'm not that great at dictating. So, as you can see, this is my solution for having no eyebrows or no eyelashes. Things have progressed since I filmed this, but on the plus side, I'm also done with chemo. As far as I know, I have one more test to get through, but, you know, my eyebrows are actually starting to go back. I can see tiny little nubs forming in my face, so that's rad. All right, maybe talk to type will work better for you. I'm no longer using it, frankly, but that's just the way it goes.